Hi, lovelies. It's me, Sarah Martucci, psychic medium, certified crystal healer, jewelry maker, aficionado of all things bizarre and weird. And welcome to the free weekly reading. This is for the week ahead, February the 26th, I think, through March the 4th of 2018. Okay, so we're still in Pisces season, so that means we're going to be very emotional. And you guys, there's like something like 6 planets in Pisces right now. If you are not used with a T, if you're not used to all this Pisces, this water energy, this psychic emotional stuff, you're going to be like, what the fuck? You're probably crawling out of your skin. And even some of us that are used to it, like me, like my moon is in Cancer. I have a water trine in my chart. Like, I'm down with the emotions, but even this, I'm like, mother of God. Like, it's a little too much. It's a little overwhelming. It's really amazing for, getting in touch and being vulnerable, really connecting with others on a deeper spiritual level. It's beautiful for that kind of work, but there's nothing here that can be, with all that Pisces energy, all that water, we don't have a whole lot of grounding. We don't have a whole lot of root work that we're doing here in terms of like putting our roots into the ground and building a solid foundation. That's not necessarily Pisces season what that's about. It's more about going with the flow. Well, just to add more complications to what's going on right now, we do have a full moon coming up on the 1st, 2nd, depending on where you are in the world, in the sign of Virgo, which is an earth sign. Guys, this one likes to categorize. This guy likes to schedule. This person that's a Virgo likes to, anything, categorize, put things, just in boxes, just making sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything feels scheduled and good. We've got, everything's running on time. Health is a big thing for them as well. So we've got some conflicting energy happening here, and we always do at a full moon. But I kind of want to say this week that there's, I don't know, it feels like a special tension going on. I want to say for a lot of us this week, we might be looking for ways to ground ourselves. We might be looking for ways to kind of get our energy into a space where we feel like we can start making or putting down roots. Do the best you can. Do the best that you can this week, especially if you're a person that thrives on having structure. Like, this is probably torture and hell for you. So you might actually enjoy this full moon coming up because I think it will offer us some way to kind of grasp onto something real here, even if it's just an idea, even if it's just a feeling in our chest. Which is hard with feelings to like grasp onto that and make something real of it. But if you can ride the waves of the craziness and carry that want with you through this, I promise you'll be able to do something with it. So it's more of I want to say to you this week, hold on tight. Shit's about to get real. I hope you like water rapids. So if you've already been feeling that, just keep riding that wave. We've got this, and we can definitely traverse this territory. It'll be okay. And always, 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 I think, in terms of energy like this right now, the watery psychic feeling, all these emotions are coming up. It's okay to be vulnerable, and you're going to need to talk about what's going on. So don't hold this shit in. Don't be a crazy person and just like hold all this in and bottle it up and then explode at some unknown date. Nobody's got time for that. Nobody in a mature manner deals with any of their issues that way. So if that's always been something that you do, maybe something to consider at this point. Like, you don't have to bottle it up. Maybe consider talking to a therapist this week or getting with a psychologist so that you can figure out like what is going on inside of me, kind of facing and dealing with those issues. Again, I am somebody that speaks to a therapist on a weekly basis, especially with my childhood trauma issues. So not saying you guys have that issue or that's something that maybe you're particularly dealing with, but especially if something like that's coming up for you, you got to talk to somebody. You can't hold this inside. I don't care how strong you are and how long you've been holding on to it. At some point, everybody has a breaking point. Don't let that be for you this week in terms of not taking care of yourself and your health needs. Even if that's, say you have an addiction problem, you're finally come to terms with it, or again, a mental health issue and you're feeling as though you can't carry all this pain all by yourself. You can't, and you're right. Final thing I kind of want to say with Pisces season, trust your instincts. trust what your feelings are saying to you. I know it's kind of difficult because Neptune, which rules Pisces, is also kind of known for illusions and deceiving oneself because you don't want to see something that's in front of you. So be real with yourself and trust those gut instincts that you have because honestly, that's what's leading you here. That's what's brought you this far. That is your natural GPS. It's important that you pay attention to it. Okay. So let's get to the cards. All right. So always with the cards, pick any and all that you're drawn to. It doesn't matter how many you pick. You can pick one, you can pick two, you can pick all three. It does not matter. Really what I want you to do is employ your intuition here. So really feel it out. What card is calling to you? All right. So if we're going to go with card number one, this is going to be card number one. And if you're feeling card number two, this is going to be card number two. And down. If you're feeling card number three, this is going to be card number three. I kind of give you guys a second to kind of decide what you'd like there. Ooh, doggies, yeah. This week has been a little rough, a little past 2 weeks. Yeah, it just feels like all the emotions, like seriously, I watched a puppy video and I bawled my eyes out. I was like, okay, I got to get a grip. I cannot deal with myself like this. Like, this is just too much. Even my cats are like, what's going on, Mom? You need to calm down. This is even more than usual. So yeah, if you've been feeling kind of weepy lately, if you've been feeling like, you've been acting like a punk ass bitch. Because that's what I call myself when I start to get too weepy. I'm like, okay, we need to calm down here. Like, if you feel like you've been kind of moving towards that energy and that feeling, like, go a little easy on yourself, please. Like, it's a little hard up in the skies in terms of all this energy that we're working with. And if you're a person that's sensitive to energy like me and picks up on it easily, I mean, it's just going to be wreaking havoc on you. So take your time. Go easy with yourself. Maybe, too, something to think about using the energy of the season. What's a way that you can use water as a way to cleanse yourself or renew yourself or to feel better? For me, that would be taking an Epsom salt bath, soaking my feet, anything with water. Maybe it's just drinking extra water right now and replenishing all the tears that you keep expending. So just make sure that you take care of your needs. And again, with the added bonus of adding some water in there as an element to work with the season would be good. And like I said before too, going with the flow. Sometimes that's way easier said than done. I'm not a person that flows easily. So for me, I like structure and I like having, I need to be free, but in terms of the things that I do, I like structure around it. I'd like to have a schedule, knowing when things are going to happen. It just makes things easier for me. So when things are all kind of wobbly and out of place, I'll lose my shiz. So finding ways this week that we can work with that water energy, go with the flow, take a chill pill, and at any point that we need to, do what you can to ground yourself in the here and now with that Virgo full moon. That could be as easy as exercising. That could be eating a really good meal that's good for you. That's got all these earthly elements in it and herbs and good stuff in there that kind of brings you back to your senses in the here and now. Do what you can for yourself this week and just go easy, okay? All right. So if you picked Mother of God, hold on. Oh my God, it's a struggle. All right, so we picked card number one. You got the 5 of shells, and here's your beautiful card. Yay. This is actually the card I picked this week for myself, which is really funny because, again, this card actually has significance to me. Fireflies are my favorite insects, besides dragonflies. Fireflies are supremely important to me. They represent my grandfather. And what sucks moving out to Portland and Oregon is they don't have fireflies out here. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get my sign? Boom. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right, so with the 5 of shells, shells in this deck are going to be talking about water. So it's going to be an emotional week for you. It's time to tap into those emotions and really to get clear about what it is that's happening within you. If you are having a difficult time moving forward, maybe it's time to go within and figure out what's happening in here so that you can cleanse and clear the space, work through whatever's going through so that you can be free to continue to follow your dreams and attain your goals. I want to say too, with the symbology of Firefly, this would have to do with relationships. And say for you this week, as an example, that you've been looking for relationships, you're looking for somebody to connect on a deeper level with, but you're just not finding that person. If you think about fireflies, the way that they find each other is they allow their light to shine bright, and they allow that to be a beacon to the other little firefly that they want to attract to them. So this week I would propose to you to shine your light bright. Don't be afraid of going bigger. Be yourself in all of your glory. How else is your person supposed to see you if you don't? Just my 2 cents. Okay. So yeah, with the shells, we're talking about it's going to be a very emotional week. I also want you to pay attention to your psychic and your intuition, because that's going to be on point for you. So pay attention to that. What are your insights telling you? Where are you receiving your intuition? Like I've said in previous videos, got no way to prove this, but I think all of us receive our intuition in 3 different places, either our head, our heart, or our gut. So you can have a combination of all 3 or 2 or just 1. Where is that for you? So that you know where that space is. So when that space starts to get highlighted for you, you know something's happening here and you need to pay attention. Do you feel? Okay. So you really, the key words for you this week are going to be hope and readjustment. And if you notice the symbology on the card, you see the little guy going downwards. So there's something here about going deep, going really deep, not being afraid of your depths and going inside for your answers. And if you feel hopeless about a situation, may this be your sign and a reminder to not lose hope. Hope is in your corner. Everything's going to be okay. And you have every right to be hopeful, even if the situation looks otherwise. Have hope for yourself and always keep that higher perspective for you too. Just if there's something that you're being called towards, I think it's important that you realize that what you're being called towards is probably looking for you too. So, and why else would you be so called and drawn towards something? How cruel would that be? And what would be the point of that? That you would be pulled towards something and it didn't want you back? What would be the point? So if that's a situation that's happening for you, are you really being drawn towards this? Or was that something that you thought would be fun? Do you know what I'm saying? Are you being real with yourself? And is this what you truly wanted that you were going after and didn't happen for you? So again, with that other theme in there of readjustment, there may just need to be some readjustment on your end about what it is, what your goals are this week. And the only way to find that out is to go within. So don't be afraid. Go within and don't be afraid to shine your light bright so the other weirdo can find you too. All right. Good job, you guys. All right. And then if you pick card number 2, you got a major arcana card. You pulled the number 0 and you pulled the Traveler. Here's your amazing card. What? Look at that. Majestic as fuck. I love this. So obviously that's the gazelle. And if you think about this amazing animal, these guys are freaking fast. They can jump really high. They're super sprightly. They have all the energy. You kind of have to when you're running away from lions and tigers and cheetahs and everything wants to eat you alive. So you got to kind of be aware there. Can I also say, usually in the deck, if I pull up an ace card, that's a yes sign. With the Traveler and it's standing for the number 0, this is also on a technicality, an ace card, at least for me. So this card is saying this is the ultimate yes. Again, if you've been looking for a yes sign, may I present it to you loud and clear today, ba-bam. Like, this is your card. So, and just know that whatever you're going towards here, and I want to say because the gazelle is moving towards the right, it's talking about the past. So either there's a healing of the past here. I kind of want to say that you're embarking on a new adventure, but somehow it's connected to what you've always wanted to do, or it's connected to someone in the past, or something that you've been thinking about for a long time. So whatever this new adventure is for you, yes, get it done. You're going to be amazing. It's inevitable that you're going to reach your end point, okay? So just do the thing. And see yourself as a traveler on a quest, on a journey, on whatever it is that you're trying to attain here. Just know, again, that it is inevitable. It is just a matter of course. And then again, with the added addition of like my yes, like the ultimate yes, and that this is all about new adventures, embarking on new things, trusting where you're being taken to, because I think a huge part of this whole process is releasing that fear of the unknown. What if it doesn't work out? What if this isn't supposed to be for me? Can I just pose something here real quick, something to think about? If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't have worked out. It just wouldn't work out. And those are the times where we need to say thank you and release it to the best of our ability, and to let that shit go. But you're embarking on something. Everything is kind of, this card makes you feel like everything's falling into place for you. So yes, do the fucking thing and don't let that fear stop you. Maybe this week, pay attention to what are your instincts? What is the difference between your instincts and your fear? What's the differentiating thing here? Because sometimes we can get confused. Like, is this just me feeling this thing and I know it's going to happen? Or is this just my fear telling me, you know, whatever is going on in my head? So figure out for yourself, what is that for you? Me personally, in terms of that, if it's my instincts, all my energy is immediately focused. I can't stop thinking about it. Almost in a good way, like I'm being led, like it's overwhelming to me and this is all that I can think about. If it's a fear thing, I start to go off in different things and it starts to spread over into different stuff, and I feel a heaviness in my chest and in my stomach. It doesn't feel good. So pay attention. What are those physical signs for you? What are those things so that you can differentiate between the two? So when the fear pops up, you're like, fuck that noise. I'm going to choose instead to trust the situation, trust where the energy is taking me, and I'm ready to leap into the unknown. And I want to kind of say that's going to be your biggest thing this week. Don't be afraid to leap into the unknown. What else are the gazelles known for? Besides being absolutely adorable and I guess a tasty treat. But your keywords for this week are adventure and potential. So see this next adventure for you as just that. It's an adventure that you're going on. And what is the potential? What is it that you want from this adventure? And really gear your energy towards that. Not the fear, not the worry. What is the point of that? I understand it's there to keep you safe, but at what point do we have to disengage from that and just do what's best for us? So do your very best this week. Step outside. It's going to be a big week for you. This is going to be pivotal. You pulled a major arcana card. So trust in this process. Yes to your new adventure. Go kick some ass. And don't be afraid to jump high and jump high for those goals. You got this. Okay. All right. And then if you pick card number 3, you get the 10 of Acorns. And here's your adorable card. Little donkey. Every week I'm just going to be thrilled by these cards. So just get ready for that. He's so cute. Oh my God, he's so adorable. Can I say with the last card too, if you notice in the background, there's a big sun. So your health might also be a highlight this week for you too. So just kind of take care of yourself, okay? Which kind of brings me to the 10 of Acorns. Acorns in this deck are going to be talking about the earth element. So really we're being asked here, like, what's a grounded, logical, practical way to achieve my goals? What's a way that I can kind of take here that makes sense? So I can go from point A to point B. The donkey, if you think about him like as an animal and like the things that he does, like donkey's incredibly just not having it if they don't want it. Incredibly stubborn. You cannot make a donkey do whatever they don't want to do. Like there's something here about standing your ground and being very sure of yourself and what it is that you want, despite what anybody else says. But also too, this is a working animal. This animal can handle just about anything, can go up and down any terrain. This animal, like, is a great companion in terms of going on a trip or going on an adventure too. So this guy's kind of looking towards, he's looking towards the right. He's talking about the past. So there's something here in terms of your goals that you've been looking to the past towards. So I don't know whether you've been kind of thinking lately, like, what do I want to do with myself? Maybe there's a thought to go to the past and think about your childhood and what you loved to do or what you wanted to be when you were a kid. But I feel like that might play into your story this week. And then also to working hard towards your goals. Don't be afraid to pile on the responsibility and go do what you got to do. You've got this. And only following what your heart is calling you to do, not what somebody else is telling you to do. Don't do that. You gotta, this life is for you. So how can you live that to the best of your ability for you? Something to consider. And I want to say too, with the number 10, something here is coming to a completion. So you're kind of wrapping things up for yourself in terms of this goal. So this could be as easy as like you're making a business plan and you're ready to go with this, or this could be you shutting the door on that fear and that worry. You're finally very clear about what it is that you want and you're ready to pursue it because you're confident in your own gifts and abilities and who you are, what you're about, and what those goals mean to you. Final thing I kind of want to say symbolically on the card is the little sun in the corner. So again, there's going to be a health element here this week. This could also talk about shining light down on any issues or obstacles that you've been going through, where it makes it very clear what the issue is and an easy way or a very clear way to kind of sidestep what's going on and get to your final destination. But with the health thing, whatever this sheds light on or whatever comes up for you health-wise, just make sure that you are kind of stubborn about it. Don't give up. If the first doctor tells you nothing wrong, call bullshit, especially if you know something's wrong. Go see another specialist. Do not give up until you either get the answer that you're looking for that resonates with you and how you're feeling, or until you find an answer about what's happening. Trust yourself. You have to. You think a donkey gives a flying fuck about what anybody else wants him to do if he doesn't want to do it? No. So, just saying. In worst case scenario, they buck up and they'll knock your tooth out. Do you know what I mean? So, stand up for yourself and stand your ground if need be. Follow what it is your goals are here for yourself this week. And don't be afraid to look to the past if you need help in terms of clarity. Like, what did I love to do as a kid? Who was I as a kid? And am I following that now? If not, then what is the practical, logical, grounded way in order to reach my goals? You got this. And then again, with your themes for the week are responsibility and dedication. So what are your responsibilities here? And what are you dedicated to in your life and with your goals? It's important things to think about. And I'm guessing it's already playing on your mind, so don't be afraid of it. Face it and just know that this week is going to go your way as long as you take the responsibility for your life and what it is that you want. Did you feel? All right. Good job, guys. All right, and the stone I chose for this week is green fluorite. Let's see if I can get this. Gorgeous. Looks like green glass, essentially. Usually it comes in cube form. I was able to get like a massive chunk of it so that I could do, because I also do Reiki and crystal healing. Usually when I make that little introduction at the front, I'm not naming everything I can do, but that would take like 10 minutes. So I figured you guys would get bored. I'll just tell you like throughout the video, whatever. But yeah, green fluorite's amazing. Anytime I hold fluorite, for me, it feels like fireworks going up my arms. This is really truly fluorite's a stone of the mental space. So stimulating that area, helping you with memory, helping you move past fear and fear-based thoughts in your head. It's a really great stone for students, and it comes in multiple different colors and banded as well. I chose the green this week because there's a connection not only with the third eye and your brain, but there's also this connection with the heart, which I want to bring because Aquarius season had us all up in our head. Pisces season has us back down in our hearts. I want that connection for us this week. How can I make that connection between those two spaces? And for me, it's the green fluoride. It's helping to connect those two areas, to be very clear about my goals, heart healing, just healing overall, and also healing the mental space, especially from fear-based thinking. I just think that that's essential for us this week, especially caught up in all this emotion. Sometimes those illusions will come up, as, you know, again, with Neptune and that planet kind of coming into play here. How can we move past that and find the reality of the situation? I feel like green fluorite's just the stone for that. And then on top of that too, it's just gorgeous. So even if you don't believe in the metaphysical properties, allow this to be a physical reminder that you have a head and heart connection, that you are healing in both of those spaces, and fear will hold you back no more. Be free this week, you guys. It's time, okay? And if you guys feel like you need to, with stones, I say, this is my personal thing, grab stones that are larger than a quarter in size. The bigger, the better. I like to, this guy, I would say get a pair of earrings, get a necklace. For me, I stick it in my brow, my boob stones, because I'm classy. So whatever works for you, do what works best for you here. And remember, guys, this is your week. Make it an amazing one. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.